Okay, so to continue our coverage over the Dawn of X era of X-Men comics, we pick up with New Mutants number 7. Now, when it comes to New Mutants number 7, we actually pick up with the original team that we were following in the New Mutant books. What I mean is that for some strange reason, Marvel thought it was a good idea to give us two different teams in the New Mutant books. And so as you read the books, you would jump back and forth between both teams in each issue. So one issue would be one team and the next one could be a different team. But we're going to pick up with the original New Mutant team. So for example, that would be Karma, Wolfsbane, Mondo, Cypher, Mirage, Sunspot, Chamber, Magic. Now, this group actually went out to space to the Shi'ar Empire to go find their old friend Cannonball to hopefully bring him back to Earth. Now, Cannonball actually married Smasher, who's part of the Shi'ar Empire, and they had a baby. And so he has been staying with her out in the Shi'ar Empire. But when the New Mutants went out there to look for him, well, they got arrested thanks to the Starjammers. Now, after getting arrested, the New Mutants were given over to Cannonball and Smasher to basically work out their crime. Now, with that being said, you had Gladiator, the leader of the Shi'ar Empire, give the New Mutants Smasher and Cannonball a new mission, which is to go find Deathbird. Now, Deathbird is the aunt of the current princess of the Shi'ar Empire, Sandra. Xandra is the daughter of Charles Xavier and Ileandra. But Ileandra is dead, so Xandra is next in line. But to Gladiator, she needs to learn what it's like to be queen. And so he sent the New Mutants out there to go get Deathbird, which they did. But on their way back, they were attacked by a squad who blew up their ship, trying to kill them before Deathbird gets back over to the Shi'ar Empire. Because there are a lot of people who do not like Deathbird because she used to be a villain. Now, we actually do pick up with Xandra, Gladiator, and Oracle. Now, Xandra is actually worried because she knows that the New Mutants and Deathbird should have been back by now. They should have been back on the planet so Xandra can finally meet her aunt Deathbird. But of course, they're not back yet. And so you have Xandra getting worried. But then you have Xandra ask Gladiator, what does he think about Deathbird? Now, for Gladiator, he had fought against Deathbird multiple times throughout the years of Marvel Comics. But that is the moment you have him say, she's an amazing woman, a strong, independent woman. And it's Gladiator saying, she's going to basically whip you into shape. So you better get ready, because Deathbird is on a totally different level than your mother. Now, we do come to find out that Deathbird and the New Mutants were able to get back to the home planet of the Shi'ar Empire, because the last time we saw this group of the New Mutants, their ship got blown up and they were floating in space. Apparently, they were able to teleport to the Death Commando ship, the group that came to kill them off, took them out, and then took their ship to get back to the home planet of the Shi'ar Empire. Now, we do pick up with some members of the New Mutants right now interrogating one of the last members of the Death Commandos to try to learn what in the world is going on. And honestly, it's a sentient being that's just pure gas, but of course, he's afraid to be turned into a solid. And so you have the New Mutants say, listen, because you're afraid to turn into a solid, I am going to turn you into a solid unless you tell me everything I want to know. Like, who in the world attacked our ship? Who sent you guys to attack us? What in the world is going on? And that is the moment you have that group of the New Mutants who were doing the interrogation tell the rest of the group what in the world is going on, and basically say, listen, because we picked up Deathbird and we're trying to bring her back so that she can train Xandra, but there are some people on the Shi'ar Empire's council who do not believe that Deathbird should be able to come back to the Shi'ar Empire because she is a villain. She has done a lot of bad things and hurt a lot of people. And so somebody from the council of the Shi'ar Empire basically sent Death Commandos to kill her off and kill us off before we are able to actually arrive back to the home planet. But we all know what happened. We took out the Death Commandos. But the big question is, though, who sent the Death Commandos? Now, we know who, because the last time we covered this group, we saw Oracle tell the Death Commandos to go out there and kill Deathbird and kill the New Mutants before they are able to get back to the home planet of the Shi'ar Empire. Now, you do have Deathbird and the New Mutants actually go confront Gladiator, Xandra, and Oracle. And when they do, of course, you do have Deathbird say, listen, I'm a powerful teacher. I'll train Xandra. But we have no room for traitors. And that is the moment you have Deathbird throw her spear right at Oracle, meaning to kill her. Now, of course, Gladiator catches it, and he's kind of like, what are you doing, Deathbird? I brought you here to train Xandra, not to kill off people. And how dare you say that Oracle is a traitor? There's no way that she is a traitor. But that is the moment you have Gladiator actually throw the spear back at Deathbird to only be caught by Sunspot, and he breaks the spear. But this leads into a big battle between the New Mutants, Deathbird, and also Gladiator and everyone else on the council. And so it's a huge battle. But then the battle is stopped by Xandra, the child, because she is the only one who's kind of like, there's too much going on. Somebody needs to explain themselves. What in the world is going on? And that is the moment you have somebody tell Xandra, well, this is what happened. After you guys sent us, the New Mutant, Smasher, and Cannonball, to go out there to get Deathbird, to bring her here, to basically train you up, somebody tried to kill us. And they told us that they were working for somebody here in this building right now. And that person is Oracle. And so you have Oracle admit, like, yeah, I did send them. Because when it comes to Deathbird, she is a villain. She is a bad guy. Can we really trust her to come back here to only train Xandra and leave? Like, she's not a good person. She has done bad things. And for Gladiator, he's kind of like, but it was my call. It was my call to bring her here. So how dare you try to go behind my back to do your own thing, to stop my plans, to help Xandra. But of course, this is a good move for Xandra because she was the only reasonable person to say, why fight when we can talk, to figure out what in the world is going on. But after that, we do have a small gathering, a goodbye party, because with everything working out and the New Mutants being able to actually bring Deathbird over to the home planet of the Shi'ar Empire, the New Mutants are granted to go back home to Earth. And matter of fact, a gate was made in the home of Cannonball and Smasher to give the New Mutants access to leave the island of COPPA, but to also come back here to see their friend in the Shi'ar Empire. Now, you do have Sunspot thinking that he had convinced Cannonball to actually come back to Earth, but you have Cannonball say, no, I cannot leave, because Smasher is part of the Imperial Guards, the great warriors of the Shi'ar Empire. Plus, I'm married to her and we have a child together. I just can't leave and go back to Earth to leave my family behind. But how about this, Sunspot? Why don't you stay? The gate's right there. You can leave anytime you want to. But why not stay a tad bit longer with your best friend and have some bonding? Now at first, Sunspot's like, no, just come back with us. We came out here to get you. But then Sunspot realized that he is asking too much. You're asking Cannonball to leave his family behind to come back to Earth just for you? That's a huge no-no. And so you basically have Sunspot say, fine, I'll stay and work everything out. But then we pick up with Cyclops talking to Gladiator. Now, this conversation is actually very important because it is Cyclops saying, listen, because the New Mutants were able to help you out and bring Deathbird here, you owe us one. And so you have Cyclops say, I want to plant another seed on a different part of your Shi'ar Empire so that we have access to come here anytime we need to. And you have Gladiator say, okay, fine, cool. He's like, listen, man, for right now, until Xandra is older, I am the one in charge. And so I will go ahead and plant that seed where you want that seed planted. But then the book closes in a nice way, where you basically have Sunspot and Cannonball talking to one another on the balcony of Cannonball's place, where you have the book kind of showing us that these two characters are rebuilding their bond, because they were always best friends ever since the early days of their creation in Marvel Comics. And it's Marvel saying now, they will continue to be best friends. They're basically like brothers to one another. They are rebuilding their bond. And so this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But also, if you guys want to check out my Dawn of X playlist, it will get you caught up with everything we covered so far with Dawn of X. But with that being said, I do hope you enjoyed today's comic book video. Later, guys.